After the first leg, I said the Ghana Black Stars team had structure. And they had a plan that they were following from Coach Otoado. They have proved that that plan is solid. That's qualified Ghana to the World Cup here. We are at the media center at the Mashoud Abiola Stadium covering the game. We'll have a listen to some of the thoughts of some journalists who are here to cover the game as well. At the end, Ghana has qualified ahead of Nigeria. Did you expect this?
Well, in as much as I would say I didn't expect it this way, I had before now predicted just after we played the group stages that if we really wanted to know our strength going into the World Cup, we should play Ghana. I was one of the persons that rooted for Nigeria to be squared up with Ghana, and not because I knew we were going to lose out of picking a ticket, but because I know that Ghana, like everyone says, might not be at their best at the moment. And then if we fail to pick up a victory and qualify playing against Ghana, that means we have no business at the World Cup. So I think it's rather easier for us to correct our mistakes now. It's rather easier for us to go back to the drawing board and find out where we got it wrong than going out to the wider world and messing it all up. So a message to all Nigerians tonight is do not be faint, do not lose hope. It's just one of those things, right? We have another 4 years to prepare for. So the preparation needs to start from this moment. If we really need to get it right, you don't need to wait for the dying minutes to be able to start preparing for the next World Cup. So at the moment, we should just have hope. And I know how we have plenty of advices to give to the sports ministry, but just make sure you keep it subtle. Do not insult anyone, and rather than just pointing out the problem, profile the solutions too. Right.
Finally, yes, the team disappointed you. They didn't qualify for the World Cup. But which player were you most disappointed with? And who are you most impressed with? Just one.
Well, I learned how to not watch football with bias, and it's a game of 11 players. And as a matter of fact, it was a home game, so the fans were the 12th man on the pitch. And then I like that all the players together put in collective effort. But sometimes things go sour. But I like, instead of condemning them, for the players to pay more attention to accuracy and flexibility. Yes, you're trying to play to a game style or a tactical plan, but you should be smart enough to always make a switch, right? During the presser yesterday, it was pointed out about how Moses Simeon was a little caged. That was the word used, and we found a way around that. He said he wasn't caged, and he was going to overturn everything today. But unfortunately, the same thing almost played out. So in a case of flexibility, when you're able to be flexible and when you're busted, make a switch. But a lot of people might be calling up for Oshime, but I must tell you, today was a good day for Oshime too. Despite the fact that he missed chances. Missing chances is part of football. But instead of condemning players one for one, they should go back and watch what it is. And not entirely shut up their ears to criticism from Nigeria, because I know we can do that. But my advice to them, if it will count, is pick up the salient points and then improve on it. They are good players, one for one, individual players. Over there in Europe, they play well. And we really want to see them perform like they perform in Europe. Yes, we need to see that world-class style. If they really got it right, converted all the chances from the first leg we played in Kumasi, we won't be crying right now. Right? Yeah, we won't be crying right now. So rather than pick out players, it's a team thing. Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ghana is through, Nigeria out. Did you expect this?
When the draw was done, I didn't expect it. But after what I saw in Kumasi, I had a feeling that we could pull something off. I wasn't sure we could come here and win, but I was sure that we could come here and pull off a score drawing. and scrape through. And look, you have to give credit to the guys. Every single player out there worked their socks off, and they gave everything. And that is what a lot of Ghanaians have been screaming for the past couple of years. That desire was missing from the Black Stars. And over 2 legs in Kumasi and Abuja, we've seen that thing come back, where you can clearly tell that the guys are playing for the national flag. They are killing themselves out there just to make us happy, and we need to be proud of them.
If any, which player would you call out as your player of the game for the Black Stars?
I think the goalkeeper, Jojo Wolakot. Look, a lot of criticism. You see, it's very difficult when you are introduced into a terrain like this. We all know he wasn't born here in Ghana, grew up outside, has been thrown in here. First tournament was a disaster, not for him but as a team, and he was roped into all that criticism. Then a lot of people, look, when he was named in this squad, a lot of people were at his back. Look, he was very vilified, but to come here and pull off this performance, that point blank save. I was watching the game live, so I don't remember who headed the ball, but I think it was Osimhen. Point blank save. Look, this is a sort of save that wins you championships, and we have to give him credit for that. To be able to put all that noise behind him and perform like he did today was excellent.
Finally, going forward, would you like to see any changes in the Black Stars, or you like what Otto has done in such a short time?
Oh, look, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. A couple of areas we still need some strengthening, but you have to credit him. A lot of people, and I was even part of it. Look, see, when you don't have enough time to prepare a group of players, we saw them coming just a week before the game against Nigeria in Kumasi. But to be able to get them to understand and believe a system, and for them to go out and produce a sort of performance they did over 2 legs, you can tell that this team is heading in the right direction under Otto. So yes, there is room for improvement, but you have to, first of all, we need to stop, take a deep breath, enjoy the fact that we've qualified, and then we can think about the future.
You predicted a 1-1 draw. What impressed you most about tonight's game for Ghana?
Yeah, the fact that we scored the first goal.
So important.
Yeah, the first goal was so important, and it came from the captain. It was good, Thomas Partey. It was a very, very difficult game. I think the Black Stars played against about 62,000 fans, loud fans. Unfortunately, they played against the referee. Some very crazy calls. So it took a lot of character. It was a very, very difficult night for them. I'm happy that this has worked out. And I always said that once Ghana had the goal, it was going to be up to Nigeria. And the fact that they couldn't score against Tunisia, they couldn't score against Ghana and Kumasi, suggested that there was something wrong with the team getting goals. And then you realize the fans were turning on them, and the pressure was too much for them, and they couldn't handle it. They tried everything, but Coach Otuado and the boys have done very, very well to have gone through this. So I'm very, very excited, very happy that this has happened.
Finally, who impressed you most today for Ghana?
You know what? Everybody impressed me because I remember after the game against the first leg, I asked the question about who impressed you the most and who disappointed you the most. I didn't even like the fact that I asked the second question about who disappointed you the most. You know, because I look at the collective performance. Sometimes I want fans to say what they want to say, but when the fans take that platform and use it to insult players, I don't like it. Now, everybody played his heart out because this was supposed to be teamwork. From the head coach to the left back to the right back, everybody who came on contributed to this. So I'll say that, remember, they were laughing stock after the Africa Cup of Nations. Everybody said, oh, this is a bad team and blah, blah, blah. They played against one of the most attractive sides in the Africa Cup of Nations, Nigeria. And they have come to this Mushood Abiola Stadium. And you see, if you were not there, you don't know the story. Playing against this crowd was very difficult. My hat's out to all of the boys. Good thing we're going to the World Cup, but more important is that we have a platform, a young talent to build on and to get a better team, far better than this, that can not only defend and manage games, but also score.
Your thoughts on the game, and did you see this coming?
I never saw this coming. When we saw the first leg in Kumasi and the way Super Eagles played in that game, we saw them, you know, as a team that had a game plan, stop them from winning in Kumasi and come back home and finish the job. And it's quite disappointing that it ended this way. No, but I never personally didn't see it coming. I was expecting a firing Super Eagles that we take the pitch and dominate the game, of course, and win the game. But unfortunately, it ended the way it ended. I mean, it's going to take another 4 years for us to think about, you know, having another chance of going for World Cup.
So, finally, Nigeria didn't score against Tunisia. They failed to score at Babayara. Today was owing to a VAR decision, quite controversial, according to some people. What's the problem with the Nigerian Super Eagles, if I were to ask you?
It's very difficult to say what is wrong with this team, because if you can remember very well at the AFCON, this is a team that started quite very well in the group stages. A lot of people became interested in what they were doing. We started giving our support because we saw what they did in the group stages. Coming into that game against Tunisia, where they performed very badly and lost out. And since then, we believe that the World Cup playoff against Ghana presented an opportunity for them to redeem that image and bring back the trust. You had more than 200 million people behind this team today. You saw the stadium filled to the brim. We've not seen it this much. The fans coming out to support the Super Eagles like this for a very long time, and it's quite disappointing that they let every one of them down. It's quite disappointing. I don't know what is wrong with them, but they just need to go back to the drawing board. When we saw the team that played in the Nations Cup and what happened, the way they crashed out, we thought they were going to take some lessons from it and correct it with this particular playoff. But it's like, what is crying is still crying. I think the Nigerian Football Federation have to go back entirely to the drawing board. Somebody said the drawing board is not even enough. So I don't know where they are going to go, but they just need to do something to correct what is happening. I think it had to start from the management. This team deserves a very good coach. You can't be trying and trying and trying. This World Cup we just lost. World Cup qualifier we just lost. And it's going to take another 4 years for Nigeria to have another chance of making it to World Cup. Quite unfortunate, very disappointed.
Nigeria out, Ghana through. First of all, did you see this coming?
As a Nigerian, I wouldn't. I don't think I'll actually saw it, because being a Nigerian, I believe that coming to the home ground, playing in ABUJA for the first time after a while, I think that should actually be a morale booster for the Eagles. And the home support, when I mean home support, I actually meant that the fans, everyone, the topography, every place, the environment could actually work in favor of the Super Eagles. But it's quite unfortunate that the reverse was the case.
Moving forward, what do you want to see change with the Nigerian Super Eagles team?
Now that it's actually going to cost us. Another 4 years. So which means it's a very big time for us, for the technical crew, for the NFF and the whole board supporting football to go around to get depth. Now this is the time for us to build a better team. You understand? We should forget the trying and error. We should get a standard team, and I think that was what the former coach did, Ghanaian, because even despite the fact that people believe that he doesn't have much statics, that it was being static, yet we can actually predict his first 11, and they were giving results. But by this time, last 4 years ago, by this time we had already been celebrating that we'll be moving to Russia. But unfortunately, so which means that for me now, the only thing I see that the NFF should work on, if they are going to keep Austin Eguavoen, they should let it be clear to us, and they should give him a target. Now we should know if he's actually going to stay, and we should know the kind of team that he actually wants to build for the next 4 years. So for me, nothing is wrong with that team. They just need to be composed, to be more composed like the way they are, and they should work on some little changes, and the tactical aspect of it too. They should work on it, and the technicality of the team.
Thank you very much. So there you have it. Lots of the Nigerian journalists disappointed. They did not see this coming. Ghanaian journalists excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.